Leadership, your why lives or dies here. Hello, everyone. My name is Tessa. I'm the marketing director at IdeaPros, and I have Mr. Fred Cary, who is CEO at IdeaPros, and we're talking about leadership today.
Hello.
But it goes way deeper than that. And I know the title implies that your why lives or dies here. So, Fred, I'd love to hear how that exactly ties together in leadership, how your why is going to live or die here. But while you guys are coming in, please hashtag live. I see you guys over there already. Thank you so much. Hashtag live and let us know where you're watching from so that I can get a feel for what time zones we're dealing with here and we can make sure we go live at the right time. So leadership is, I think, one of Fred's specialties. He's a great leader for IdeaPros. So Fred, take it away.
I was waiting to hear your pitch on it.
You wanted to hear more compliments? Like, wait, what do you mean? No, you do. You it's a clear vision in IdeaPros, and obviously we have vision for each one of our partners. So I feel like we're very well led by someone who keeps communicating it well.
Well, okay. Well, thank you. I'm going to go to comments and see how many people think you're full of shit. No, that's pretty good.
No,
Wow.
right now they don't think that.
Look, leadership is really hard and never ending. And often, as you can see in politics, right, with the president of our country, no matter which one you point to, it's always half people hate their guts. And fortunately, it's not so bad in the corporate world. But the reality is it's hard to be a leader, and hard in just about every single aspect of it. So we're going to dig through those different aspects of leadership, and we're going to get to the why part of it here. Because if I did it now, we'd end now, and you guys would, that was a short thing. So we're gonna work our way towards that. But I think the first step in that journey is talking about entrepreneurs, because if you're watching this, you either got on the wrong flight or you're an entrepreneur. And if you're an entrepreneur, you kind of tend to think that you're a leader in a sense, because you're doing something on your own. You're taking this big leap. You're just forgetting about what society thinks you should do, and you're on your own path. Those are all the things that make you a bad leader, not a good leader. And the reason they make you a bad leader is because you're fighting everybody and you don't have the resources to hire this platoon of people that can help you, and the facilities that you need to have your dream become reality. So as an entrepreneur, when we first start out, we kind of become the anti-leaders, meaning we want to do everything ourselves because we don't have a choice, right? We're not dictating out to others. We're not letting others do different pieces of what we're trying to accomplish. We have our head down and we think, this is what I want to build, and then these are the things I need to do to build it, and wow, I'm going to get to the end and it's going to be done. So that whole process requires you to be selfish with your intellect and selfish with your resources, and making that transition from doing everything on your own to taking a deep breath and handing things off to others that you trust around you is a gigantic, enormous leap. So remember, right? So remember, when you're going through this process, you need to be starting to think about leadership as you get further and further into your journey, and you go from concept to ready to launch, because after that, that's when you have to let go of the reins.
Right. So let us know in the chat if you have a team right now, if you are doing the one-man show, or if you are working with the team right now. And then Fred, I love how you mentioned that we think that we are leaders innately. We should know how to do this if we're going to be an entrepreneur. So it's not how it is at all. Absolutely. So what is the difference between a leader? Because I mean, my natural is like there's leaders and then there's managers or managing a team. So what's the difference between a leader and a manager in business?
I'll give you 2 words and a bonus word in between. Organizing and inspiring, right? A manager is a person that he or she are going to take their resources, they're going to manage them, they're going to organize them, they're going to make sure that what the company needs to do, at least their part of what the company needs to do, is being accomplished in a way that's resourceful, mindful of your budgets, and utilizing the best human and other resources that you have at play to make the job that you're required to do be a good one. So you are organizing people and tasks and budgets. That's what you do as a manager.
Got it.
As a leader, well, you definitely, when you're at the top of an organization, you definitely have to be worried about the budgets and organizing the people. So you have that part of it as well. But you have to have leadership. You have to have the drive. You have to have the people that are working with you have to believe in what you're doing and what the company's doing. And that's the hard part. That's the leadership part, where you're focusing on not just what you're doing and how you're delivering it, but what you're all about. Why does this organization exist? Why are we doing the things that we do? And how do we handle growth and conflicts and interactions with our customers, with the consumers in general, with our suppliers, with our stakeholders, and most importantly, with our employees?
I want to aspire to be a better leader. I feel like I watch Fred and I learn how. But so Fred, one last thing. Well, there's not one last thing. It's really who demonstrates this kind of leadership in their business besides you? What kind of businesses do we see exceptional leadership in?
Well, thank you for including me in exceptional leadership. I don't, I do the best I can. And as I said, with leadership, you're always pissing somebody off. And we can talk about some of the fires that we're dealing with on a daily basis here. And you have happy people, you have unhappy people, you have happy employees, you have unmotivated employees. And that's going to happen. There's no leader unless you're going to go down to South America and what was it, Jim Jones there, where you got everybody to drink the poison Kool-Aid, right? That's to an extreme. A regular leader is always going to have people that are doubting him or her, always have to deal with issues, because nothing is perfect, nothing operates perfectly. It's how you react to things when they go poorly that really matters for a good leader. And it's how you get your entire organization focused on the kind of why you are there rather than what you are doing, that creates more loyalty, more brand awareness, more loyalty, not just from your employees, but from your customers, and allows for mistakes to happen because the people that are around you have the trust that, okay, he or she's going to find a way to fix this, and how can I help? Rather than, oh my God, a mistake. So a good example would be Apple, right? So if Apple, can you go, we have a couple of little slides. Would you mind pulling them?
Yep, no problem. Bringing it up now.
So the fundamentals of an organization while we're waiting.
That was speedy. That was fast. There you go, Fred.
So this is really how a company works. So this is how humans work, actually.
Yep. There you go.
Show herself off. She just did her makeup before we went on. So the why of a company, of your company, needs to start focusing on your core belief system. Why do you exist? So why is that so important? You could go spend an hour speaking to me, an hour speaking to Tessa, speaking to anybody, and you kind of can learn about their why. You can learn a lot about a person in a pretty short period of time. The reality is you can't do that with a company, right? There's no existence. There's no physical component to a company. And so what that company projects becomes their persona. And when you have a company that projects the what, right? What is what we do to fulfill things. When you lead with the what, people start thinking about you. Wow, they're a great toaster company. Instead of leading with the why part of it, they're environmentally friendly in all the toasters they make and whatever the newest materials, whatever.
Right, the laser toaster that we need to make, right?
Right. All this circle is critically important for anything you're trying to do. And I'm going to give you an example of how a company like Apple that does it really well, what they would look like if they started with the what instead of the why. So if Apple started with the what, and I'm waiting for my trusty advisor and assistant and marketing director to change the slide.
We'll just go back to you. There you go.
I need the slide.
Oh, you told me to delete them. Oh my gosh, I love this.
3 slides.
Yep. There's only one now. So that's okay. No. Look, we have an undo button. I am magical, and voila.
This is a perfect example of bad leadership, right? I clearly told her what I needed, and we liked it. So again, that's the wrong slide. Well, I want to go to the slide before that one.
Oh, you guys, you don't understand. This is hilarious. He told me to delete him, so it's okay. Look, there's the one. We got it.
Runs on UPC codes. Okay, so this is Apple. If Apple was a regular company, right? We make great computers. They're user-friendly. They're beautifully designed. They're easy to use. You want to buy one. And Simon Sinek, by the way, has a beautiful YouTube video on this. You might want to look it up. It's incredible. But that's Apple. If Apple does things the way other companies do, right? We make great computers. Buy one. But Apple does it differently than that. They start with the why, right? And so a marketing message from Apple, if she didn't delete it again, might be, with everything we do, we aim to challenge the status quo. And we aim to think differently, right? So starting with a why. Then our products are user-friendly, beautifully designed, and easy to use. But we just happen to make great computers. You want to buy one? That message is so much more powerful because you're starting with the why, not with the what. Okay, and that's what leadership requires. It requires this, and you can remove the slide and you can delete them all now if you want to. You start with the most critical component of why an organization exists, and the leader is the one that waves that flag. And the leader is the one that makes sure that from the receptionist at the front door, if you have a physical office, to your highest level executives, that everybody understands why they're there, what you're doing, and how you do it, in that order, right? If you don't have that why, you're just another company selling widgets or nails and hammers. You need to differentiate yourself. You need to focus on what that differentiation is. And you need to lead and be consistent with that through all the fires that you're going to march through, and they're going to be plenty, but that's what you need to do every single day that you're at the job, which happens to be 24/7, 52 weeks out of the year.
That's perfect. Thank you. And you got the final thought. It was beautiful. Beautiful. So I'm just there were a couple comments over in the chat, and then we are going to wrap it up. So if you haven't hit the reminder bell so you get reminders, please do as soon as this is done, and follow us. We have Kyle, Sean, Bongo, everyone at, well, let's see, Cassiano, Katie, Stephanie, thank you guys all so much for being here. I have a lot, Pam over there at Playoff. Nice to see you, Chris, Kelly, and then we have a bunch of new people with us. And so Scott, Quiros, I hope I said your name right, Vanessa, Danny, if you haven't, and Wiper Glove over on YouTube, hello. What Vanessa was saying, I'm going to put this on the screen. She has a very good team. Good leaders have to become good followers as well. And that's a great point. You have to be able to know what your team needs to do as well.
Wait, leave that up for a second. It's an awesome point, Vanessa, and something that I didn't touch upon. A critical element of leadership, and I alluded to it in the very beginning, how entrepreneurs have to change their mindset and trust other people. But it's really critical, and don't think other people are not going to make mistakes. I'm dealing with some big fires right now that I've got a handle on and I'm fixing, but that happens whether you're doing it yourself or whether you rely on others. It's scarier when you rely on others because you don't have control, right? But to be a good leader, you need to be a good follower. You need to depend on the experts that you put around you and take their advice. And you can make them prove themselves up, but you want to surround yourself. They say surround yourself with people smarter than you. In business, that means in business, if you have category experts, they need to be better than you. If they don't have more knowledge than you, then they're probably not a very good category leader in their sector, because that's all they do. And you have to do all these things. They're focusing on one part of it. So by force, they need to have a deeper level of expertise than you do. And
speaking of other expertise, this is Danny, one of our team members who has that deeper level of expertise in sales and business management. He says we need leaders and followers both, and you do in your business.
Yeah, and Danny's an excellent leader, and kind of sucks as a follower, but he doesn't. Danny would go to war with me, by my side. He's very, very loyal, very committed, has the highest standards of ethics, and that's really what I want with people around like you, Tessa, as well. Somebody that will literally stand beside you no matter what's happening, because they know that you're always trying to do the right thing. You can't always do it, but you know that if you haven't, you're going to fix it. And you need people like that around you, and you need to rely on those people. And therefore, you as a leader become a follower in that sense.
Absolutely. Awesome. Well, thank you, Fred, so much. I'm just going to take a couple minutes to say goodbye to people over here, but I will let you go. And guys, we have a patent and trademark specialist that's coming on for our next show. So we have some really exciting things coming down the pipeline for you. So thanks, Fred, for being here and giving us your wise knowledge. All right.
Knowledge.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'm just going to pop up a couple comments here real quick. Sean mentioned we all need experts. Absolutely. Can't agree, but more than that for sure. Everyone is important in your business. And absolutely, Vanessa, I agree. Every little thing, there's people who are experts at all different, if they're on the admin side, if they're on the sales side, customer service, your business needs so many different types of people to succeed. I know when you're starting out, you're brand new entrepreneurs, it's hard to find those people in the beginning and be able to trust them. But guys, you just have to, like Fred said, learn to let people in selectively. Oh yeah. So for sure. This is Simon Sinek's Start with a Why amazing book. This is Starter app that mentioned this. And Corky, we're excited to see Starter app come. I can't wait to get you on the Friday Live for your interview. And we were covering Simon's model, the Start with the Why model. Absolutely. All right. And so I'm going to mention one thing to you guys, and that's if you got any nuggets from today, please hashtag nugget. I know that sounds funny, but it helps. I mean, if you guys can come up with a better hashtag, let me know. But hashtag nugget, and then what you guys came up with today, something that you're going to do in your business, or just words of wisdom that you got from Fred, whatever it is that's helping you from these shows. I love to see that we're making an impact, and we're not just doing this show for us. We do this for entrepreneurs to help you guys on your journey as a business. And Fred wanted me to have a different quote that was leadership, but be patient and trust your journey. I know a lot of you are going through that different journeys right now. And that was my quote. I was supposed to change it to a leadership one, but we'll see you guys all next week. Don't forget to hit the link in the post for reminders if you want to sign up for a reminder, or you can submit a question on the Q&A form, and we will see you guys all. Oh, I have one last thing to say. SageScheduler.com. Go sign up to be a beta tester for the app. It's coming soon. Thanks, guys. We'll see you all next week. Have a blessed week.